In our look at sports in the NFL, the New York Jets lost their final two games of the regular season and on Sunday went ahead and did what was expected. Gang Green fired head coach Todd Bowles. The Jets finished the season 4-12. They were crushed 38-3 Sunday on the road in Foxborough, falling to the New England Patriots in a laugher. The last time our BronxNet cameras saw the Jets, it was 2 weeks ago in a heartbreaking 44-38 loss to Green Bay in overtime at MetLife Stadium. We go inside the locker room for more.
Stand up here and say that I'm really pleased with the effort. I can say that all day long. But at the end of the day, it's about wins and losses. That's all that anyone cares about.
Yeah, it was a great call. Obviously, I think I went untouched, so obviously the guys did a great job blocking. We knew that the Packers were going to try to kick it a certain way, and we just took advantage of it.
It's frustrating not being able to put them away, and we had our chances to put them away, and taking no credit from them, but we can't play two teams.
I mean, it is what it is. They're going to call calls, and we're going to go out there and continue to play hard. That's really it, and that's really the end of the story from my point of view.
Bowles finished with a 24-40 record with New York. He went 10-6 in his first season in 2015 before posting consecutive 5-11 campaigns, followed by that 4-12 mark in 2018 after jumping out to a 3-3 start this year. The Jets dropped 9 of their last 10 games. His win percentage is the lowest of any Jets coach since Rich Kotite led the franchise from 95-96. Meanwhile, the New York Giants lost their final 3 games of the season, including Sunday's 36-35 thriller to the rival Dallas Cowboys at home. The loss actually helped the Giants' draft position. They will select sixth in the NFL draft. The Jets have the 3rd pick coming up. Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdowns, and the Cowboys rallied to beat the Giants. Prescott threw a 32-yard 4th down touchdown pass to Cole Beasley on a play that was reversed by video replay and added a winning 2-point conversion pass to Michael Gallup with 1:12 to play as the playoff-bound Cowboys edged the Giants. Here's more.
Obviously, the season didn't turn out the way we wanted it to be, but I learned a lot from those guys, from them vets, from my teammates. I feel like, I grew as a person, as a player, definitely as a player on the field. I'm seeing the field differently, understanding the game. I look forward to, watching film in this game, watching film of myself from this year, and figure out how I can take it to another level.
A lot of close games, early in the year. Obviously, weren't playing as well offensively, and I thought, still lost a couple close games, but second half played a lot better offensively. I think got into a good rhythm. Guys were making plays, and I think we felt good about what we were doing and made some adjustments.
Learned a lot from Eli. In practice this week. Obviously, I knew it was going to be our last game, and I just went up to him and said thank you. I don't think I did that enough this year. I probably should have did a lot more, but just went up to him and said thank you. He taught me so much. One, taught me how to handle you guys, first and foremost. But just the way, it doesn't matter. Up, down, wins, loss, great game, bad game, it's not going to change. He's going to come in with the same mentality, with the same mindset. He's going to continue believing it and continue to work. And I think that's the right recipe and the way you should do it. And obviously, it's worked for him so far in his career with him being a 2-time Super Bowl champion and a 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
The NFL playoffs are upon us, and so is the finale for the college football postseason. The semifinals played out as expected, 2 massively non-competitive college football playoff semifinals. Clemson's Tiger ate Notre Dame's Leprechaun during a 33 snoozer, and then Alabama took a 28-0 lead on Oklahoma before Nick Saban let the Sooners offer a respectable second-half showing. That gives us number 2 Clemson and number 1 Alabama again, getting into the stadium to watch the Crimson Tide and Tigers play for the title for the 3rd time in 4 years has perhaps never been cheaper. Prices for tickets for Monday night's championship in Santa Clara, California have been plummeting the past few days. Factors include the college football playoff final being located thousands of miles away from the 2 campuses, possible fatigue for fan bases of teams that have become annual participants in the playoff, and a game site in an expensive market lacking college football diehards. StubHub had tickets available Wednesday night with seats priced at $115, less than double the cost of a parking pass on the ticket resale site. Incredible. Speaking of lackluster bowl games, the Pinstripe Bowl was one-sided too. Wisconsin trounced Miami last week. Here's more from Yankee Stadium.
Last game near the area was Penn State, so I had a lot of family and friends there, but this game I had a lot of families and friends there, and it was truly special, especially after the game. Having the game that I had, just seeing all the people that supported me all year, all throughout my entire career thus far. So just coming back, I know for me, Crookshank and Cone, it was something really special.
I thought we had a good plan, and players understood it and did a nice job against them in the run, and then we were opportunistic. And obviously, you get that number of takeaways, and I know we gave up a couple big plays, but when we did that, they came back, and I thought they were really good. And you're right, a lot of guys, that's kind of been the story all year. You guys stepped in and stepped up, and it was good.
Time for some quick hitters in the new year. We'll start on the NBA hardwood. The 18-21 Brooklyn Nets will be in Memphis tonight to face the Grizzlies. That game tips at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Knicks continue their lengthy road trip. The Orange and Blue will be in Los Angeles tonight to face the LA Lakers. 10:30 tip here in New York, of course. The Lakers are 21-17. The Knicks are stuck on 9 wins. On the ice, Colorado will host the New York Rangers tonight at 9. The New Jersey Devils will skate in Phoenix. Puck drops also at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Islanders will be in St. Louis Saturday night. A sellout crowd of 15,862 let out a deafening roar Saturday night when Amanda Nunes knocked out Cyborg in just 51 seconds in the co-main event of UFC 232. It was an historic win as Nunes became the first woman in UFC history to become a double champ. The UFC bantamweight champion added the featherweight belt to her collection by vanquishing the long invincible Cyborg, the latter's first defeat since 2005. John Jones also topped Alexander Gustafsson in their rematch in the other co-main event in the Octagon. And better New York NFL news, Bronx native Saquon Barkley is the first Giants rookie running back in the Pro Bowl since 1965. Odell Beckham Jr., who bounced back from injury to produce another 1,000-yard season, was snubbed, picked as a second alternate at wide receiver. Barkley's inclusion was hardly a surprise. He was third among all vote getters at any position. The selections were made by a combination of votes from fans, coaches, and players. Barkley is third in the NFL with 1,155 rushing yards. It has been that kind of season for the Giants rookie. He has lived up to billing as the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft with 12 games of more than 100 total yards from scrimmage, setting Giants rookie records for rushing yards and touchdowns. And on the baseball diamond, the Yanks reeled in a shortstop, but it's not Manny Machado, at least not yet. Free agent veteran shortstop Troy Tulowitzki has agreed to a deal to join the Bronx Bombers. The deal, which is pending completion of a physical, provides the Yankees a cost-effective shortstop while Didi Gregorius recovers from Tommy John surgery, but it does not necessarily preclude their pursuit of the star free agent Machado. The 34-year-old, who missed all of 2018 after undergoing surgery on both heels, was released by the Toronto Blue Jays in December. They will pay the majority of his $20 million contract, with the Yankees responsible only for the league minimum, which is $555,000. Tulowitzki long has expressed a desire to join the Yankees, who longtime shortstop Derek Jeter was his idol, of course. Tulowitzki grew up to a Jeter-caliber player, turning his slick fielding and powerful bat into a 5-time All-Star appearances with the Colorado Rockies. If the Yanks can somehow find half of that player, this deal is a no-brainer. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for how the Yanks can make their latest move mesh with a far bigger splash. Agent superstar Manny Machado told his suitors he would make his decision in the new year, but he might have hinted at which way he's leaning on Monday when he started following the Yes Network on Instagram. Less than 2 hours after the world first began to notice the conspicuous follow, Machado then unceremoniously dropped the network from his feed. Machado met with the Yankees, the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Chicago White Sox, and is in line for a potential $300 million contract, a number the Yankees said they would likely not meet in free agency. But even if I'm not fully on board with the signing, I think Manny is likely on his way to the Bronx. If Tulowitzki performs in spring training the way he did during his workout at Long Beach State last month, he could be the Yankees' starting shortstop to begin the 2019 season, even if they do end up signing Manny anyway. That's what the Yankees told Tulowitzki before he agreed to a deal to come to the Bronx, in a move that presents little risk, as the Yankees only will owe him the veteran's minimum, with the rest of his salary being paid by Toronto. Of course, as we mentioned, the Yankees need a shortstop for likely half the season, if not more, as Didi Gregorius recovers from Tommy John surgery. Should the Yankees also get a deal done with Machado, he would then play third base for the Bombers, with Tulowitzki at short. What that would mean for the future of Miguel Andujar remains to be seen, but Andujar's situation would be up in the air with Machado in pinstripes once Gregorius returns anyway. I could see Miggy moving to first base and the Yankees taking advantage of all of those bats. Ironically, Tulowitzki could end up being a steal of a deal and actually post his best numbers in years. The talent is there. His health would have to be good, of course. You can never have enough talent, and if any team can make it work, it's probably the Yanks. They've done wilder things before. See Giancarlo Stanton or Alex Rodriguez here. Perhaps the Yankees grab Manny and one more free agent starter like Dallas Keuchel. I'm starting to believe you will see Machado in pinstripes. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.